obviously back this season now. Coach Rassi this week, spoke about you, and he said that he feels almost as if you are refreshed, that this time away from playing matches has done you good. Feels you look better, there's certain happiness within you. Is that how you feel going into your first match of the season?
Yes, I do. It was tough not to play. I obviously would have loved to play, but coming back in camp has been good. Has been good for me to just solely focus on being here and being with the boys as well, and seeing some boys who haven't been here for a long time, like Lord and obviously Edwell as well, also coming back after a while. Yeah, it's. I think the environment itself helps with a lot, not just in rugby. I think off the field stuff as well. To be with your friends, people that you're close to. I think those kind of relationships helps again. I mean, Cheslin has been away for so long, being with him in the same room after so long also helps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Siya, on that score, I mean, you've got a number of decorated warriors in your team, double World Cup winners. Talk to us about the need to refresh the team as well, because obviously that experience is important. But then towards 2027, how do you think you're striking the balance at the moment?
That's something that you have to answer. We just come in with the mindset that we hear what the coaches want, because every time the way we play is changing, because the opposition study us. So what we did last year might not change. We just find ways to do it better. That's what we actually spoke about this year. And we come here open-minded and willing to learn and want to make things better. And the nice thing about the coaches, they always check with us. What are you doing in your club? What can we take from that? And I think for us, it's just having that hunger is the most important. They work great and still being physical and wanting to be here. And then everything else, the coaches, they work out. If this guy is good enough to be here, or can he continue, can he not? And that's not up to us. All we have to do is come in, put in our effort, and add value towards the team.
Coach, would you like to touch on that?
Yeah, no, the thing is, if you look at the past, probably now with the game that we're playing tomorrow, and you look at how many players we've used already. So we haven't used the match 23, that's the same in any of the games that we've played so far. So just to go back on what Siya was saying is that we always try to make sure that yes, we want to win the first thing. That's our main goal. And also on the other side is to make sure that we try to also build combinations, and build a squad depth. So in the past couple of games, we've gave guys opportunities. And if you look at the team that played against Italy, more especially the second game, and those probably the whole 23, those guys, they had massive games, but and still to be able to come to Mbombela and be able to give other guys opportunities, So like Siya is saying now, it's good to see our players, they also believe in what we're planning as coaches, because it's not tough. It's not easy sometimes, when you go to the next week and then you don't really get into your swing of things. Some players, then probably they need about 3 to 4 games to get into their best, but the fact that they're buying into what we're trying to achieve, The main thing for us is we still want to win the game. But once again, having guys like Siya back from injury, and you saw Lord when he also got an opportunity. Didn't play the whole season last year, but when he got an opportunity, you could see the desperation in him on making sure that he performs. And that's what you need as a team. The more competition we get amongst our players, I think the better it is for us as coaches. So that's exactly what the guys are doing. Every guy that gets an opportunity. You look at a guy like Salman Murat last week as a captain. Probably had one of most physical games that I've ever seen from him. The way he played last week. And to be able to lead the team, the way he led last week. JC has been doing a great job also for the team. And so, I think we've got a very, very healthy competition in our team. And I think that's what we need also as a country.
So, seeing that you're back on the field, the whole South Africa, I think, sighed a sigh of relief to hear that you're back on. So welcome back. Seeing that Jasper Wiese has a 4-game ban and also 3 uncapped players on the field, are you worried at all about discipline going into this Georgia match?
No, discipline. I think that will be good. That will be fine. The guys that are getting their first caps, we're happy for them. But I think we have enough experience in the team, enough guys who've played there before, and also the guys that are playing their first cap. You never feel like it's your first game because you're already a leader in what you have to do. We all have pressure points, and they know who's behind them. you know, and I think that's it, that's important. And yeah, I think we'll be good as a team discipline-wise, because we know what's wanted of us is the effort and all that kind of stuff, and that is part of getting you not to be offsides or doing something stupid like that. So we learn from our mistakes and we learn from each other, and something happened, Jasper got the sanction for that, but we know to be better this coming week.
Siya, you mentioned the 3 debutants and the support they're receiving, but is there any concern in all 3 coming in the front row and not playing on the international stage together before? Maybe just speak about that.
Well, that's like that's the thing for us. Like we don't look for ideal conditions to play. We use any conditions that we know, and they've been strumming against Ox in the week, Malcolm and all of them. So that's already tough enough. We try and make trainings as tough as possible. That's why the coaches are able to rotate players and give players opportunities. And also with us, like I tell the prop that I'm struggling behind, he's got even behind him, you know, and Ruan as well, who've played a couple, and Peter Steph, so they've got nothing to fear. And Kobo's at the back as well, you know, he's playing with we let them know we've got you. And mistakes, every single guy in the team, whether it's his 150th game or it's his first game, that's nothing that we worry about. All we want is effort and physicality, and scrums are not just the front row's problem. It's all of us as a 8 in the pack. So that it is going to be a big challenge, but they're not doing it by themselves.
Mzwandile, just following up on your last comments about how you guys have built depth now. Obviously after this game, Rugby Championship starts, and obviously that ups the ante a bit. I think everyone expects the Springboks to win on Saturday, but as coaches, what are you hoping to see out of the performance? And what are the specific things that when it comes to selecting your team for that opening Rugby Championship game, what are you looking to see from the players on Saturday?
I think the key thing is that, once again, like Siya touched on it, you know, we take pride on how we do things when it comes to physical side of the game and in our set pieces, you know. And even from the beginning of the year, we said we even though we're still number 1 in the world, we still want to build our game and keep getting better, you know, because we can't be too comfortable with where we are. A lot of teams, we know they're going to be desperate to come after us. And so the key thing for us is to just keep on improving on how we want to play the game. If you remember the second half at Loftus, you know, against Italy, that's not a way we wanted to play, you know. If you see that second half, we probably couldn't even get momentum in the game in the sense of building phases, you know. And once again, credit must go to Italy because they managed to disrupt our breakdowns in that game, and we couldn't get into the flow. Set piece wise, they also surprised us, you know, where they scored a 22-meter try. So once again, there's still a lot of room for improvement in our team and how we want to play the game. But the key thing for us is to make sure that the guys that probably we always talk about battles, you know, and they will make mistakes. You know, we're all human beings. Now and then you'll make mistakes, but I think the guys that are close to execute our plan while we at high intense, you know, I think that's the key thing. You can see the way we're playing the game now. You know, having Tony's input in attack, you know, is actually building the game of the way we want, the direction where we want to go to. So I think the key thing is that the guys that are probably executing our plan the way we want to play, and also not leaving the physical side of the game behind, because once again you're playing against Georgia. This is probably one of the toughest teams you'll face when it comes to physical side of the game, set piece wise when it comes to the scrums, and we know how they take pride when it comes to conduct also in the game. And I like the way they're so passionate. You know, I've been to Georgia before, and those people they're very, very tough human beings, you know, so it's going to be a tough one. But once again, I think for us, the more we execute our plan, I think the better it is for us.
My name is Marnus. I was actually wondering, is it actually your aim for the next World Cup, Siya? I know you will be on 56 by then, and I am saying it with no actually respect. Are you thinking you will still actually be in the mix actually by then?
I feel good. My body feels good, and it's all about how it goes. Obviously, I must take it every year and obviously every game, but that is the end goal. I still want to be there. And Coach Rassi made it clear. He says you can be 36, but if you are the fittest 36-year-old, that's all that you need. I don't need to be the fittest out of everyone. It's all about what I can do and produce on the field. And if I still feel as good as I feel today, I think I'll be there, because I think with the coaching staff, with the conditioning coaches and our medical teams, and that's why it's hard, but they keep on swapping the team. That's what it helps. That's what Coach Rassi keeps on telling us, because everybody wants a cap. You want to play while you're still hot, but also he's got to think about the depth. It's also got to think about the future of Springbok Rugby, where we had a year where everybody stopped at the same time. Then we went through a dark period. So he's honest with us in that regard. He doesn't want to leave the Springbok he wants to leave the team in a better place when we do finish. So we have that in mind, and it's nice about it. He has opened conversations with us and say, listen, we want to win and we want to adapt and get better, innovate, give players opportunity. We've already used, I think, almost 50-something.
46.
It's 46 now. It will be with these new guys coming in. It might be close to 50 again in 4 games. And players want to play every weekend, but we understand there's a whole plan going forward for future of South African rugby as well.
I think Martinez, just to also help you with that question, it will be unfair for us as coaches, to force players to retirement. Our job is to coach the players, and the more the players they produce, Siya is in good shape and gets to the age of, you've seen Scout Brits. We took him to the World Cup, even with Dwayne, when he retired, because they were still producing what we need from them. And I have to be honest and say, I'm not just saying it because I'm next to him. We were surprised because when we started this year with the camps in Joburg, we started with a heavy fitness test, and Siya had one of the good scores, in that test. So once again, to us, I don't think the age really does matter that much, as long as you keep producing and you can also handle the load that we've got during the week. Because I can tell you now, the sessions that we have, they're very, very tough, So once again, the more they produce and they can keep up with our program and how we train, even if you get to an age of 38 or 40, we'll still select you. So once again, I think it will be unfair to think that way of looking at the age of the players. I think we don't have a right to do so. So once again, if he can still produce, probably we'll select them.
Last vlogger question, then all vlogging off, right guys?
Siya, the number 8 position seemed to be jinxed a little bit with all the injuries that's been there. Cameron out and Aurich out, Jail's away with baby and a little bit of concussion. There's issues around the number 8. Was the temptation always there for you to have a chat with your coach and say, look, I can play there. I've played there for the Sharks.
No, I don't. I don't mind to play anyway, to be honest, but it's never been a thing. But he knows I can. That's the first position he saw me play was at 8 when I was a junior, and then I moved. When I was playing at the Storm, then I moved to flank. So I know I'm capable, but Kwacha is there and is also capable. And now Kobus is going to get the opportunity there. And we know the kind of 8s that we have at the Springbok. And don't think I'm there yet. I need to gain a few kgs. But if the opportunity is there, I will definitely play. But there are other guys who can do it. So yeah, I will see if if I have to play on Saturday, I'll be able to manage and play there. So yeah, so there's no stress about it, and I think Kwacha is available. Kobus, we'll see how it goes this weekend. It's a great opportunity against the tough side, and I think he'll go well this weekend.
Okay, vloggers off. Ross?